Hey there, everyone. It's another beautiful day today, a little bit overcast, but we're out here on my backyard and we are doing once again the Course in Miracles lessons. And the lesson for today is lesson 82. So let's get right on to it. It is once again, this is review of lessons 63 and 64. So here is the first one. First one is, the light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. My forgiveness is the means by which the light of the world finds expression through me. My forgiveness is the means by which I become aware of the light of the world in me. My forgiveness is the means by which the world is healed together with myself. Let me then forgive the world that it may be healed along with me. Here are the suggestions for specific forms for applying these ideas are, let peace extend from my mind to yours. And then say the name of a person that you're thinking of. And here's another one. I share the light of the world with you. And then once again, choose another name of another person. And then through my forgiveness, I can see this as it is. That is the first lesson for today that we are reviewing. And the second one is 64. Let me not forget my function. I would not forget my function because I would remember myself. I cannot fulfill my function if I forget it. And unless I fulfill my function, I will not experience the joy that God intends for me. Suitable specific forms of this idea include, let me not use this to hide my function from me. I would use this as an opportunity to fulfill my function. This may threaten my ego, but cannot change my function in any way. Okay, so those are the two lessons that we will be reviewing today. So let's go over them one by one. First one, the light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. So we have to understand that we all are all connected. And when we do work on ourselves, that is when we are able to find forgiveness to those that we have that wronged us, and also forgiveness for ourselves. We free ourselves from that prison of those feelings and those emotions that come with not letting go. And in releasing ourselves from it, we are also releasing our brothers and sisters. Not only those individuals that we are forgiving, but also as a whole, by allowing ourselves to find that peace and that joy. Because we are connected to everyone, we also give peace and joy to the rest of the world, to everyone that is here and experiencing life on earth with us. We are bringing them a little bit closer to God by us becoming closer to God. Remember, we are all connected and we all affect one another. So the suggestions that they're having for us is to think of a person and then say, let peace extend from my mind to yours, and then fill in the blank of the person. And then another form to use is, I share the light of the world with you, and say that same thing of another person that you're thinking in mind, or even the same person that you're thinking in the mind. Through my forgiveness, I can see that it is. Through my forgiveness, I can see this as it is. So once again, we are allowing ourselves to find forgiveness for others and for ourselves, connecting ourselves closer to God and becoming at peace and finding that inner peace and happiness that we all want. And in doing so, we are helping others find it as well. So review was, the light of the world brings peace to everyone and every mind through my forgiveness. So we got to forgive, remember. Okay. Second lesson that we are reviewing is, let me not forget my function. So first of all, let's remember what our function is. What is our function? Our function is forgiveness. We got to forgive. We got to learn to let go. We got to learn to find inner peace and freedom from that prison that not forgiving creates. So it would say, let me not forget my function. So we want to always have that in mind, that our true function here in the world is to forgive ourselves first and foremost, and as well as our brothers and sisters. And in doing so, we create that peace and joy in our hearts, and we are able to release that prison that we've created for ourselves by holding all those thoughts of not forgiving in our hearts and in our minds. and they give us some forms to use. Let me not use this to hide my function from me, which we do a lot. When we're not forgiving, we hide that peace and happiness that is inside of us. We hide it behind the not forgiving. So let me not use this to hide my function. And then another form of it is I would use this as an opportunity to fulfill my function. So anytime you come across something that you would think that would require your forgiveness, use it as an opportunity to forgive, and remind yourself what your function is, and that is to forgive. Okay? And this may threaten my ego, but cannot change my function in any way. So yeah, remember, holding grievances is what your ego wants to do. It wants to stay alive. It doesn't want you to forgive. It wants you to hold it on deep within you so that you are not able to connect to God. And in doing so, you create that separation. So when you forgive, it threatens your ego. It does the opposite of what your ego wants. So remember, that is what you want to do. You want to actually forgive. You want to be closer to God. You want to feel at peace and happiness. So don't listen to the ego. Don't hold the grievance. Do forgiveness. Live in forgiveness. Be happy. Be at peace. Release yourself from the prison that not forgiving creates, and find the true joy. And when you do that, you are not only finding it for yourself, but you're also finding it for everyone else that is currently inhabiting the planet with you. Those close to you, and even those not close to you. So let's all work together to create a more peaceful and happy world. And joining in with me in my journey is one way to do it. So I appreciate you all for joining me, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.